Well, good morning, everyone. It's November 3rd, 2025, and the favorite time of our week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And hi, everybody. My name's Paul.
Good morning. This is Bev.
Hello,
Hello.
Bev. I'm
Hello,
back
Paul.
here on the
You are
mainland.
back
I'm back for
in
a
all your
while.
glory.
All these times trying to do the show from all these different
I
places, Santa
know.
Fe, the beach. Yeah, I mean, what the hell's going on here?
Hey, we're global travelers,
Global travelers. But we're
Time
back,
catches
folks, and we're
everywhere.
glad we're back. And we came back and we had this incredible opportunity with Dr. Kenna Stephenson. I mean,
Oh,
tell me
yeah.
that wasn't amazing. So we're going to
It
share it.
was. We were all so excited, and wow, were we not disappointed, huh?
Yeah,
Yep.
let me just show you. She gave us a presentation. There she is right there. Let's put that. There she is right there. She came into town to give us a presentation on the research of the project that we did. Uh, when was that? 6 weeks ago?
Got
Yeah.
yeah, the end of August versus September. Yeah,
Yeah,
three
okay.
days. Yep.
So, and we had like 35 postmenopausal women in that research study. And we're going to talk about what the preliminary findings were of a thing called coherence. Da, da, da,
Oh boy.
da.
That's a new age word.
Yeah.
Coherence, yes.
So, what we wanted to do is go over a little bit as she present. Great presentation. We can't share
Oh,
it all with the public yet because she's still tweaking it. But she did
right.
share a little bit about the history of BioTouch, which was incredible. It was really
I know.
good. And
Really
her
good.
first research project. And we just wanted to remind people, because we've shared it before, but wanted to show it again, was her presentation with the what's it called? Interleukin 12, right?
Oh, yes.
Oh, that's right here.
Big one. That's a big
So
one.
we found that using BioTouch raises what's called interleukin 12. And she showed this chart, which was great for me, that when you have a deficit of interleukin 12, you have in the left-hand column infections, TB, HIV, common cold. Those are all when you have a deficit of interleukin 12. Also, major injuries suppress interleukin 12s. And also, when there's a deficit of interleukin 12, you have more chance of tumors.
Yep.
Also, allergies is a big part of a deficit in interleukin 12. And I thought, oh, that's a perfect chart, because one of the things she
Yeah.
found besides a regulation of cortisol levels was an uptick in interleukin 12.
Right.
So that was the first that we did, God, years ago.
Years ago.
And that
Yes.
was with postmenopausal women. And she talked about how she designed that project. And now here it is. She wanted to build on the postmenopausal one because she actually did a whole presentation that she asked me, well, should I'll get rid of that part about my women's program and how I said, no, 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 right?
Right.
I mean, your key is women's
This
health.
this
Yeah.
is what she is a warrior for.
Yeah. And
She
the chart
is.
she showed and the explanation of why
Oh
women's health
my. I
is,
was so impressed.
yeah, so
She's
behind
she's
the eight
amazing.
ball and why she's passionate about it. And I went, hey, if that's the passion of you as the doctor doing the research, then that's the passion of this particular research project is to encourage women to do BioTouch, to raise their interleukin
Right.
12 levels and to, regulate their cortisol levels. So it was perfect. It was perfect.
Oh yeah. It was great. Man,
So
I was so impressed.
yeah, and so from that she shared with this group of people, and let's show you the group of people. I'm trying to go back and forth here. Here's the group of people right here. Whoops. There's all the folks that showed up to hear her presentation, and she gave each of them a personal chart of
I
what would
know.
happen from their research. And that's just a small segment. I think that's about half the people that actually
Yeah,
showed
I
up
would
for the
say.
research.
I
Yeah.
would say. Yep.
Um, and so it was a really nice little gathering. And I'm I'm sorry, I'm sort of going back and forth here.
I know.
So what we did with all those people, let's go over it again, is there we had this little machine, we'll have a picture of it, that we put on the forehead, the frontal lobe, and it's
And the
hooked up.
temporal lobes.
Yeah, and yeah, that's right. It goes around like
Temporal.
this. I don't have
Yes.
a picture of it right here.
Yeah.
And we did a pre-BioTouch, which was a word program thing. You ask a lot of questions to see how like an MRI, and then did BioTouch, just the greeting and the headset. That's all we did.
Right.
And then we did more words after. So there was a pre-BioTouch, post-BioTouch, and then the BioTouch. And through all of that, she was monitoring what was happening in the brain. And I can show you here what that looked like on her iPad of what was happening when people were getting BioTouch on what we're calling, we're going to call it the orbital frontal cortex. Okay. That's key in what we're getting, OFC, as she said. And so let's see, here it is what you looked like when you were having it done. So you see all the lighting up on that frontal cortex, okay? And each time, and this particular that we're showing here is what's happening when they're getting the BioTouch. And so the question was, well, what the heck does all that mean? You know, we weren't sure what it
Right.
was meaning, and how, it was just. So she went home, and they actually gathered a lot of data.
A lot of data.
A lot of
Yeah.
data, and they put it together, and she had this hypothesis. I don't remember what it was. Do you remember her hypothesis of what was
Well,
she thought might happen?
yeah, she said she was looking, and I should have asked her, well, why the left cortex part of the brain? It's what she was hypothesizing that something's going to change within the left frontal cortex. But what happened was it was the whole cortex and the temporal cortex part of that actually did what she thought was just going to happen on the left.
Right, right,
Yeah. And that was, she said, oh my gosh, even more than she was expecting.
right. And so what she found was this information here, which was our results suggest that both meditation and exercise activate the OFC. Again, that's the orbital frontal cortex,
Right.
which is involved in emotional reactions and motivational behavior, resulting in mental refreshment. And she showed other research projects that she found in Japan and I think Thailand back in the 2021.
Korea. And,
Right.
yeah.
And so she talked about that. And basically she was saying that, that when that part of the brain is activated, you're talking about cooperation, not competition,
Ah,
in that
that's
part of the brain.
so profound. I
And
know.
so I looked it up, and it talks about that the dysfunction in the OFC can lead to various disorders. Now, this is really interesting. Various disorders, including obsessive compulsive disorder, addiction, depression, and autism spectrum disorder.
Isn't that wow? No wonder BioTouch is so effective with autism and
Yeah.
things like that.
Well, we'll tell you why we
Yeah, we'll
find
tell
it.
you why.
Understanding the
Right.
functions of the OFC is essential for research and treatment of these conditions. And so it was sort of like, so how did she find that? I'm like
I
getting so
know.
excited about all these
I
charts
know.
I got here. So
Right.
let's show what happened when again they were doing the BioTouch specifically. So
Yeah.
she monitored these charts, and if you can see it, you can't see it real clearly what was happening, and you can see the picture there on the be your right. You can see that little white thing on the forehead. That is the machine.
That was
Yeah, that was put and measuring the frontal cortex and the temporals. And you can see on these two charts, you can see how there's all these different colors. They're all different channels of the machine measuring. But you can see what's happening here is most of the lines are all together in a vibration. They're not
yeah.
scattered around,
Right.
okay?
Yeah.
OFC channel pairs during BioTouch. So what was happening is all those channels were working together.
Together, cooperating,
Yes,
coherent. Yeah.
compared to pre and post BioTouch, where those lines, all those colored lines, were very scattered. Some
Yes.
were up, some were down, some were
Right.
around. They never matched up. But through that, what was it, 3 minutes maybe it took to do
Yeah,
BioTouch,
probably. No more
the
than that.
and that's what she called coherence. Okay, and so I thought, well, I, I sort of understood what she was talking about, but I looked it up. I looked it
Yeah.
up at ChatGPT and some online things. And here's very interesting of what it says with coherence in the orbital frontal cortex. Simply means that this part of the brain, the one that helps us handle emotions, make choices, and connect with others, is in
Mhm.
sync with the rest of the brain. When that happens, we feel calmer, think more clearly, and relate to people more easily. It's
Huh,
like
huh.
when a band is playing together perfectly, everything just feels smooth and balanced.
Yeah. Well, thank you, chat, whatever, but we've been saying the same thing that BioTouch promotes all of that. And especially when you do the headset, which we
Right,
know affects whatever's going on in the brain. We don't have, it doesn't have to be anything specific. Any condition that is affecting the brain doesn't even have to be a disease. Just evidently, when you do the headset, the greeting and the headset, you are helping the brain to come into that resonance of what do we always say? BioTouch promotes the connectivity between human beings.
right.
Okay, this is one of the things that it encourages in every single one of us. So the fact that her findings just corroborated that is not surprising. But boy, it's so exciting because we have not been misguiding anybody.
Right, right.
It's showing that we understand, and that symphony is every single one of us within the human kingdom. Eventually, this is what we've been saying for years. Can you imagine if the majority of humanity was able to practice biotouch all the time? This world would be different.
Yes.
I mean, that might be a crazy thing to say, but come on.
Well, if
Loving
it's,
each other and
yes,
peace of mind,
non-competitive, working together,
right?
it's and we're talking, folks, 3 minutes out of your day.
Right. I know. This is
Talk
it.
about a revolutionary idea. It's like that
Yes.
guy, that ex-CIA agent back when we first started 35 years ago. And he said, he'd never seen such a powerful revolution as what was happening in that room in a little town in Mancos, Colorado. He said, because this revolution is based on love. And really, what we're talking about here with this, coherence is love.
Yes.
You,
Cooperation,
yes.
coherence.
I mean,
Absolutely.
the word is
That's it.
perfect, coherence. I mean, we'll start using that a lot. It's
Oh,
like,
I know. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's appropriate to what the changes that are going on anyway in so much of humanity right now is opening up to this truth that cooperation and coherence is who we've always been, what we're here to do.
right.
And so then we have BioTouch and this amazing Dr. Kenna Stephenson, who is so in tune with that. It just blows my mind the synchronicity of all this happening, and we get to be part of it is just incredible to me.
I looked it up on NIH, National Institute of Health sites too, and they talked about there's a lot of research being done on the coherence of the OFC. And it talked
Yes.
about previous research has found that the OFC to be crucial to intuitive processes too. And it just reminded me of how we say all the time, people who are getting BioTouch, we don't diagnose and recommend because we encourage people to work with their own
Open
knowingness.
at their own.
Yes, their
Yes, of
own
course.
intuition. They know
Sure.
best what they need. That might be standard medical care, that might be a vaccination, that might be an operation, or it might be saying, no, you think I'm going to pass on that operation and I'm going to
Right.
try something else for a while, or it's going to help
Exactly.
me find a naturopath or a chiropractor, or who knows what. But we encourage people to move on their own intuition, and what we're finding is getting BioTouch activates that intuitive center.
There you go. And what do we call that? The self-awareness that begins to happen within us. On and on and on. We've been talking about this. And if a lot of people need scientific data and research, we're going to have it. We're going to
Yeah.
have that. We already do, but Dr. Stevenson stepping in and doing this next step with us at this particular time in this shifting of people globally are beginning to respond to this group consciousness.
Yeah.
It's just what's happening. And the fact that we are, just having this reinforced about what we've been saying on our show for 9 years and before that even,
Oh yeah.
but we've been publicly putting this out. Here we are, guys. This is going to be amazing,
Yeah,
exciting.
she was blown away when she said, "Yeah, how long have you been doing it?" I said, 35 years. I've been
I
speaking this
know.
stuff 35 years. So
I
again,
know. Well,
let's show you the chart. This is coherence here of all the different channels in the frontal what is it called again? Orbital frontal cortex.
orbital,
And you
frontal.
can see how that dance, all those little quadrants are all dancing together. That is what we call coherence.
Right,
Okay, that
right.
is the key that we're working with here, and we'll give you the little synopsis of what she said at the end. And she goes, the increase of interbrain coherence may suggest a role for this region in modeling and predicting the behavior of others. This hypothesis is supported by the fact that the coherence increase was observed only during the cooperation block. Similar increases in coherence were not found during the rest period nor any of the other tasks.
In other words, only during that BioTouch 3 minutes.
Right. Greeting and head. That's all you got to
Yep.
do, folks. We have our 21-day challenge where we try to get you to just for 21 days do the greeting in the head. Now, these were people, some of these people had been getting BioTouch for a long time, some at first time. They all had the
I know.
same thing. They all had the
Same
same thing.
result. Yep.
So we can't encourage you enough. Take our 21-day challenge. Try it at home with your loved ones. It just takes a few minutes and see what happens. We're going to continue in our research project with Kenna. She has a lot more she wants to
Oh,
draw
yeah.
from the research. We're hoping to do a project where we can get our own machine and have it for her to use and to do more research with. So if you know
Right.
any philanthropists out there that like to fund our upcoming
Right.
research, let us know because we're
Let us know.
ready. This is
Well,
exciting times. As you can
yes,
tell, we're excited.
we are. We are. Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So
Definitely.
go to our website, justtouch.com. You can download just the greeting for free, or we can put you into the 21-day challenge that'll give you the greeting and the headset. And let's try it. Let's create a revolution around the globe.
Yes. Be part of it.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
We'll see you all next week.
Yeah.
I can feel the pain in sunshine or rain. So it's not caused by the weather, but it doesn't hurt that much after I feel your loving touch and we spend some time together. You take my pain away each and every day. You're an angel from heaven on high. Your butterfly touch helps me heal so much, and I get better as time goes by. You take my pain